Welcome back to New Year's Resolutions from the Heart. You ready for step one? Let's do this. So step one is all about reflecting on your year. We're going to do three things in this step. The first thing is I want you to reflect on anything that was really special about the year, anything that you want to mark and celebrate. Maybe you got a new job, or you bought a new house, or you started a new relationship, something that happened that's like, you know what, that was really good, and we want to pause to celebrate. It is so easy to have something great happen and be like, yeah, that was great, and then move on to the next thing. Now, that's actually normal, and it's a healthy thing, because we're always excited about reaching for the next thing, which we're going to talk about later in this process. But at the same time, we don't want to do it at the expense of not celebrating the excitement in the first place. So take the time now to do that. Now, at the same time, I want you to be thinking about all the things in your life that are just going well in general. This is the time to appreciate the things you might be taking for granted. Okay, so maybe you've got a great marriage, or a great bank account, or a great job, fabulous kids, great health, whatever it is. This is the time where you really sit and you think about it and you appreciate it, because these are the things we want to continue for sure in the new year. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to think about any challenges you experienced this year, or perhaps you're currently experiencing. So challenges are just calling us to be or do more. Think about it. Okay, we experience a challenge, and the only way to get to the other side of it is to somehow grow, evolve, shift, change. Think about any challenges you're on the other side of. If you look back on it, you're going to realize you changed somehow to get to the other side. So maybe you're more flexible, or you communicate better, or you listen better, or you're more spontaneous, or. Somehow, some way, you changed as a result. So that's what you want to look at with your challenges you're on the other side of. It's like, look at it and go, okay, what did I learn from that this year? And if you're currently in the middle of a challenge, take a moment to just guess and think, well, maybe you already know what you are learning as a result of it. How are you changing? Are you becoming stronger? Are you feeling more authentic, if you will, as a result of a challenge that you are going through? It doesn't matter if you're right, but if you start to see that challenge as something that is asking you to grow, it's going to change your attitude about that challenge. Think about it, right? It goes from, oh my God, this is really hard, to, you know what? I'm learning from this. And you start to soften around the challenge, which is a really good thing. It gets us out of the mired muckness of a challenge, if you will. Okay. Third thing you're going to do is look at any goals you set for this year. Okay. If you achieve them, again, take time to celebrate. Again, it's so easy to achieve a goal and say, okay, here's my next one, and move on right away. Take the time to really celebrate and be excited and happy for yourself that you achieved it. If you didn't achieve it, this is where you want to take a deep breath, because it's so easy to start to judge yourself, right? It's like, oh God, I didn't do it. What's wrong with me? I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Stop. You're going to step outside of yourself and look in as an objective viewer. And you're going to ask yourself a few things, because here's what we want to do is we want to assess, like, as an investigator, why didn't I achieve that? And be as honest as you can. This is kind of hard to do. I know it's hard to be honest with ourselves. I'm telling you, we can lie to ourselves till we're blue in the face about things, just to hide the truth beneath it. But be as honest as you can to say, first of all, do I even really want this goal? Maybe this is a goal you keep setting year after year, but the truth is it's just not meaningful for you anymore. The goal is just a habit. Losing the last 10 pounds is often a habit goal. So look at it and say, do I really want it still? And if the answer is yes, it's like, all right, so I didn't achieve it. Is there an intermediary goal that needs to be achieved in order for me to get there? Maybe it was too big. Maybe you need to set a smaller one in order to get there. Maybe you need help. A life coach. It's what I do, right? I help people achieve the goals that you are not achieving all on your own. You also might be needing to grow yourself. I've got several goals that I've been working on for over a decade. Yeah, long time. But when I look at it as that outside observer and look in, it's like, you know what? I am not yet that person that I need to be living that goal in its full integrity. And when I say I'm not that person, what I mean is I am that person deep down, but I still have a few fears and a few limiting beliefs and maybe judgments about my abilities and capabilities that I need to shift and move in order to be in that space and feel good about it and not feel like I'm faking it or I don't deserve it or whatever. And that's what I'm working on, is doing all that I need to do in here in order to achieve that. So that's what I want you to think about with your own goals, okay? To look at them from that perspective. Now, again, the 3 steps for today is what went well this year and appreciating your life, challenges that you went through and are currently in, what you could be learning from them, and any goals that you set in the past that either you achieved and you're celebrating them, or you didn't achieve and you're objectively looking at why that might be. So what we are doing with this step, okay, I'm going to be using an analogy a lot through this series, and it is the analogy of pretending you're in a car and that car is your current life, where you are. And what's in the rearview mirror is what's happened in the past. What's through the windshield is where we're headed. And our habit is usually assuming what has happened is going to continue happening. In other words, you're driving your car by looking through the rearview mirror. Stick with me. I want to make more money. I've got this great idea. Oh, you know what? I've had ideas before and they never work. Sound familiar? I really want to get into shape and start working out. Oh, you know, I've done that before. It lasts a couple weeks and then I just go back to wanting to sleep in the morning and I don't want to do it. I'm really excited about finding a new relationship that really resonates with me. Oh, you know, everyone I ever date, they never work out. That person just isn't there. Do you see where I'm going? That's the rearview mirror. And what we're doing in this step is we're evaluating where we are in our car, and then we can begin to let go of the things that have been holding us back. Now, here's where yoga and essential oils come in really handy. So I'm going to encourage you to watch that video, even if you don't practice yoga or use essential oils yet. Watch that video because I definitely recommend applying some of those things, because often that rearview mirror is energetic and we really need to sever that connection to all of those old beliefs, because where we're going is a brand new place. All right, y'all, cannot wait to share with you step 2 because it is my favorite of all the steps. I'll see you there.